Hello everyone, I am Anirudh Tiwari, Director and Chief Mentor of Dronacharya Civil Services Academy. Welcome to our YouTube channel where we provide resources and guidance to those who want to become civil servants. We discuss today One Nation One Election, एक राष्ट्र एक चुनाव. This is a very important topic for civil services exams. Belongs to General Studies Paper 2, Indian Polity. Now let us start. One Nation, One Election. All eyes and ears are now on the government's next move in the directions of simultaneous elections. But do you know what it is exactly and why the COVID panel recommended for it back in March? Here's all you need to know. A high-level committee headed by former President Mr. Ram Nath Kovind in March this year recommended simultaneous elections, popularly referred to as One Nation, One Election, for the Lok Sabha and State Assemblies as the first step, followed by synchronized local body polls within 100 days. What did the panel exactly recommend and why did it favor such a move? Here, why we are talking about it. Despite the BJP being in a minority, the NDA government will implement One Nation, One Election in its current tenure, a top government functionary said Sunday. This even as he insisted that there should be no confusion about the Sthai Niti, means policy stability, under a government elected for a third successive term after 60 years. Since he brought in the BJP to power with a majority in 2014, Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi has been advocating for One Nation, One Election. Holding elections to Lok Sabha, all state legislative assemblies and urban and rural local bodies, means municipality and panchayats, at the same time. The high-level committee on One Nation, One Election had submitted its report to President Draupadi Murmu on March 14 morning. Former President Mr. Ram Nath Kovind was the chairman of the high-level committee on One Nation, One Election. Simultaneous elections, popularly referred to as One Nation, One Election, means holding elections to Lok Sabha, all state legislative assemblies and urban and rural local bodies at the same time. Currently, all these elections are held independently of one another following timelines dictated by the terms of every individual elected body. According to the high-level committee report, the country now sees 5 to 6 elections in a year. If municipalities and panchayat elections are also included, the number of elections will increase manifold. Reasons in favor. First is frequent elections burden the government exchequer with the additional expenditure. If the expenditure incurred by political parties is also added, these figures will be even higher. Second is asynchronous elections cause uncertainty and instability, thwarting supply chains, business, investments and economic growth. Third is disruption of government machinery due to asynchronous elections causes hardship to citizens. Fourth is frequent use of government officials and security forces adversely affect discharge of their duties. Fifth is frequent imposition of the model code of conduct causes policy paralysis and slows down the pace of the developmental programs. Sixth is staggered elections induce voters fatigue and present a significant challenge in ensuring their participation. Recommendations. First recommendation is amending the Constitution. The Constitution should be amended to enable simultaneous election in two steps. Step 1. Simultaneous elections will be held to Lok Sabha and state assemblies. For this, no ratification by the states will be required for the constitutional amendment. Step 2. Elections to municipalities and the panchayats will be synchronized with election to Lok Sabha and state assemblies in such a way that local body elections are held within 100 days of the election to Lok Sabha and state assemblies. This will require ratification by not less than one half of the states. Second is single electoral roll and election ID. For the purpose of preparation of single electoral roll and electoral photo identity cards for use in elections to all the three tiers of government, the Constitution should be amended so that the Election Commission of India can prepare a single electoral roll and election ID in consultation with the state election commissions. These amendments will require ratification by not less than one half of the states. Third is, in case of hung house, in the event of a hung house, a no confidence motion or any such event, fresh elections should be held to constitute the new Lok Sabha or state assembly for the unexpired term of the house. Fourth is meeting logistics requirements. The committee has recommended that for meeting logistic requirements, the Election Commission of India will plan and estimate in advance in consultation with the state election commissions and take steps for the development of the manpower, polling personnel, security forces, EVM, VVPATs, etc. so that free and fair simultaneous elections are held in all the three tiers of the government. So we have question in our mind, is this the first time that simultaneous elections are proposed to be held in India? No. Following efforts made by the central government, state government and political parties along with the Election Commission of India, simultaneous elections were held in the 7 states of Bihar, Bombay, Madras, Mysore, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal in 1957. Simultaneous elections were by the laws invoked until the 4th general election of 1967. However, each successive central government used constitutional provisions to dismiss state governments before the end of their term, and coalition governments in the states and the center kept collapsing. A country came to see election at different times throughout the year. Now, generate a questions like recurring election cycle cost money, slow down governance and development, simultaneous election and a single voter list offer a way out. Do you agree? Thanks.